seaweed is a group of macroalgae, large scale, that are edible. We talk about them as plants, but they're not actually plants, they're algae. They, however, are dependent on the sun and creating chlorophyll just like a plant. Some of them have common names like kelp, which can include a big group. Kelp is more like apple. And seaweed is more like fruit. All kelp is seaweed, not all seaweed is kelp. My name is Seraphina Erhart, and I am the second generation and the current general manager of Maine Coast Sea Vegetables. The origin of Maine Coast Sea Vegetables, it was the same people doing the harvesting as the selling and packaging. It was my mother and father, and they were out there harvesting little bits at a time as orders came in. And as we grew, it became clear that first, they learned a lot more about each species, and harvesting, just like a garden, each species has a different set of months that it's best for harvest, best for food. So we moved from that sort of small scale to being a year-round business. These days, Maine Coast Sea Vegetables as a business focuses entirely on sales and distribution. Once it's harvested, there's one key in-between step, which the harvesters take responsibility for, which is drying. They deliver dry product to us, and we are taking that dry product and creating other products with it. We do a lot of turning it into milled forms that are used as an ingredient, whether it's in a product we're making, like seasoning shakers or a snack bar. The seaweeds that grow in Frenchman Bay definitely grow up and down the coast. Commercially, there are only a handful that are growing in enough volume to make it worthwhile. Primarily, that's going to be sugar kelp or wild Atlantic kombu. But also you'll find rockweed and fucus, Irish moss and sea lettuce and laver or wild Atlantic nori, and probably even a little bit of dulse if you look hard enough. Because sugar kelp for Maine Coast Sea Vegetables and for Frenchman Bay is probably the biggest harvest, it's important to recognize that the way that grows, it's an annual harvest, and you're getting the big fronds that are at the surface. When you take the big fronds away at a small percentage of the overall bed, you're letting the sunlight into all the small story below that then create next year's future. Conservation is important to the future of our planet, and food from the ocean equally as important. Frenchman Bay Conservancy can help with learning about seaweed in the bay and bay ecology, helping people identify what's going on and becoming curious, and so they can feel connected to it. We seem as a culture here in Maine in particular to be wanting to connect to our food more and more, to know where it's coming from. Having this connection between the bay and our history and where we currently exist, for me, it brings a lot of deep value.